Even after that Eagles loss, these are the 8 reasons why the Cowboys are still a top contender in this 2023 NFL season. Since the Week 5 loss against the 49ers, CeeDee Lamb has gone off for 117 yards, 158 yards, and 191 yards. He has the highest catch percentage of any of the top 10 receivers in yards. And I'm not even sure we've seen the best football from this guy yet. I look forward to seeing what CeeDee can bring down the stretch. I think he's going to continue to go off. He has a high floor and an even taller ceiling. This guy is elite. Next up, Brandon Aubrey is the most dependable kicker in football right now. I place him right next to Justin Tucker. He's 19 for 19 on the season. Just broke the record for most kicks made in a row to start a career. The only thing he has, one little blemish, it was a mixed extra point on his first attempt of the season. Guys, this guy almost didn't make the team. He nailed a 59-yarder against the Raiders in preseason. It turns out this guy is really, really good. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the season pans out for Aubrey. Next reason we have to be excited is the man, the myth, the legend, Cavante Turpin, former USFL player, an absolute legend already in the NFL, best return man in the league, and now we see him get involved in the offense. The sky's the limit for this guy, and he's going to have a big impact for the rest of the season. And you can't list all the reasons to be excited about this team without mentioning Dak Prescott. They have unshackled him. This Texas Toast offense was limiting what Dak could do. You look at the last 3 weeks since this 49ers game, he's thrown 8 touchdowns. He had 1 interception off of a tip ball, and his passer rating hasn't dipped below 109. Dak is playing some of the best ball of his career right now, and I expect that trend to continue. Got to get some of the other receivers involved, keep feeding CeeDee, keep feeding Ferguson, and let's keep this train moving. Dak Prescott playing some of the best ball of his career these last 3 weeks. So the Dallas defense is tied for 3rd in the league in interceptions. They are 1st in defensive touchdowns with 4. They are points on the scoreboard for the Cowboys just waiting to happen. They have elite players in multiple spots on that defense, including Micah Parsons, a young up-and-coming star, and Deron Bland. And they're playing really good ball right now. Look for this defense to continue to grow, continue to get turnovers, and putting points on the board for the Cowboys. At the creation of this video, this passing defense currently sits as the 4th best in the league. Could you imagine if they still had Trevon Diggs? Good Lord. But they don't, and luckily they have Deron Bland. He's stepped up in a big way. What a steal he was last year in the draft. This is only the guy's 2nd season, and he is an absolute beast of a player. Leads the league with 3 defensive touchdowns. He gets 1 more, and I think he ties the record for pick 6s in a season with 4. Stephon Gilmore is the number 2, solid number 2, and this passing defense is elite. And the last point about this defense is Dallas currently sits just outside of the top 10 in rushing defense to this point in the season. Last year, they were the 22nd ranked rush defense in the NFL. If you told me they could be just about in the top 3rd in rushing defense, top 5 in passing defense, I'm going to take that all day, every day. Yes, sir. Thank you. Give me more. This is a top-notch defense, guys. It's gotten even better from last year, and last year they were elite. Now we're missing a key piece with Diggs, but the rest of the defense has stepped up, and they're playing very well. This last game, they did let up 28 points, but they did get some stops in some key moments to allow the offense a chance to win that game. The last point we'll make here, strength of schedule. So you look at who the Cowboys have, their next 4 games versus the Eagles' next 3 games. The Eagles have a bye week. Then they go face some tough opponents. Cowboys, the next 4 games, the Giants, Panthers, the Commanders, the Seahawks. Those are 4 very winnable games. The toughest probably being the Seahawks. All 4 of those games are very, very winnable. And you look at the Eagles' next 3 games, because they have the bye week this week. It's the Chiefs, the Bills, 49ers, and then after those 3 grueling games, those are going to be fist fights, really tough games for the Eagles. I mean, that is absolutely brutal. They then have to travel to Dallas to play a night game on December 10th. So I tell you what, this is shaping up to be an absolute showdown in the division. I would put money on the Cowboys winning their next 4 games before that Eagles game, and I would put money on the Eagles losing at least one of those games the next 3 games. And if the Eagles lose then to the Cowboys as well, it's all tied up, and this thing's going to go down to the end of the season. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for sticking around to the end, watching the video. What do you think is going to happen? Can the Cowboys outpace, outlast, outmaneuver these Philadelphia Eagles? Do you think they'll make it into the playoffs as a wildcard team? Maybe they'll implode. Maybe some injuries happen. I mean, who knows? But I'd love to hear your thoughts below. And as always, subscribe to Lord Dilly for Cowboys content, gaming content. I appreciate all of you so much. Catch you next time.